Good greetings, Rusty Dog here. Welcome to Flight Simulator. Right, okay, this one might be interesting. I've had it for a little while now, a week or so, 10 days maybe, Beyond ATC. And I got it because I wanted it, and let's see how it goes. I've played about with it a little bit. It's had some updates since I got it. It's getting updated seemingly every day. So I'm gonna have a go. I'm gonna try and see if I can ATC talk my way through some of this stuff. I'll put it on screen and I'll show you some of the options that I will be using and some of them that I won't be using. Mr. Von Doodle is with us. Hey Vons. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so we're in Brazil at the moment. We're going to be heading over to Argentina. This is Argentinian airline, LAN. Yeah, we'll be flying over to Buenos Aires today. Now, I would have had this ready to go 30 to 40 minutes ago, but let's just say we had a few teething issues. We're in the IAE engined plane today, and 125 passengers on board, and yeah, it's going to be a bit longer flight than usual. Airtime's going to be around 1 hour 42 minutes. Block time's going to be around 2 hours 10. So yeah, let's get this thing fired up if I can. There we go. Right, let's get the batteries on and the power and the nav. So yeah, this Beyond ATC, we'll put it up on screen in a few moments, and I'll go through a couple of the options. Oh wow. If you suddenly hear me go quiet, it's because I just need to mute the mic so I can have a nice sneeze. My God, hay fever is really racking me this time. Lenny! Oh, well, it'll be my first time, so let's see how we go. I haven't actually done a flight with it, but I have had a look at it. Just as a, a thing. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the flight sim, but I came out to this cam and I had all the HUD on the screen, the newbie HUD, and I don't know what the hell that was all about, why that was all switched on and stuff. God knows. But anyway, it's off now. So, Beyond ATC. Well, what's it all about? Let's take a looky. Let me see if I go there and there. So there are this was like $30 or something, $30 one-time payment, so I paid for that. But if you want the premium voices, then you only get so many characters out of them, the higher cost ones, and then you can choose which one you want. I'm going to stick with the basic, but you've got like Easy Jet, Sim Pilot, Squirrel, fair enough, Civ Ryan, and all those people. But I'm quite happy to have just a standard voice. It doesn't sound too bad. Streamer mode was for what again? Oh, to hide my SimBrief ID. Yeah, okay. So you get 50,000 premium characters, which is like every letter they speak, and then you have to buy more, later. Now, it's not doing any AI traffic yet, so it's going to be, the ATC is going to be quiet compared to normal ATC, where you would hear them talking to other planes and stuff like that. So this is in up for the moment. I'm guessing that's coming at some point. Push to talk key bindings, some some wouldn't work on my joystick and stuff, so I just left it to backspace, and that control I had set to backspace in the sim, I just cancelled it, and now backspace is my push to talk. It's not ideal, but it's, you know, it's fine. I'm using my headset for it. And the UI sounds is basically so that if you haven't got multi-monitor and you can't have this on the screen at the same time, then what happens is you get this beep sound to let you know that, you know, your message has gone through and stuff like that. So I guess this is training in a way for that sim maybe. I've gone through the speech recognition thing. Yeah. So what you have to do first is load up your SimBrief flight plan into here. Actually, if you just type in, when it starts up, it has your SimBrief ID, and then you just click fly. You have to be in the sim and already have generated a SimBrief flight plan. Then this will pick it up. Once it does that, it assigns you your code. I got this one. Yeah. It changes every time depending what airline you're flying with. So I am LAN Chile 267, that's me. And if you click on your headphones here, it's got all of the frequencies for all of the stuff. Now, if you click on it, it should auto-tune your radio. Sometimes it doesn't. Now, I've had it where I clicked on ground and it said that the frequency wasn't valid or something. And so if you go to Navigraph, Navigraph will tell you the exact frequency. So it might be 121.905. And you tune into the Navigraph frequency as opposed to what's written here, and then it'll work. So if you tune into ground, then you have these options: wind check, radio check, request startup, request push and start. If you tune into the tower, you can request a departure. So, and obviously the wind check and radio check is also available still. If you don't want to do the responding when this thing talks to you, you can set auto response so that the Beyond ATC will act as the first officer and it will actually do the responding for you. I'm going to try it myself first. And obviously center, I think center, and you've got IFR clearance. At what point do you request IFR clearance? I did Google this and I've forgotten. Do you request it just before you go on the runway, when you're at the holding point? I think an ATIS is just, you know, weather information. If we tune that in. Oops, it's still running?
Instructions. Advise initial contact to head information EMA.
Okay.
Salgado Fio Airport information EMA. 2300 Zulu.
This would have been better in English. I thought it had to be in English.
QNH1012. Landing departing runway 11.
Oh, it is.
Transition level 060. Radar on hold short instructions. Advise initial contact to head information EMA.
So if I click that 121, it should, you see it tunes in the radio. But if there's any error about frequencies and stuff like that, then you just go to Navigraph and you can change it yourself here. So let's try radio check. So I would I think I would say my call sign first and then say radio check. And if you want to read anything back, then you read it back what they've said, which will all come out here. And then you end with your call sign. I think that's how it works. So if I do my push to talk, LAN Chile 2627 radio check.
Aircraft calling for radio check. Reliability 5.
Yay. Request clearance after ATIS. Right, so I never do ATIS, so when do you do that? Before push and start. Yeah. I mean, when do you do ATIS? I mean, I never do that. Anyway, Bit Defender keeps coming up saying it wants. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't have to do anything with Beyond ATC for now. So I'm going to remove the window. No, I know what ATIS does. I know what it does. I'm just saying that I never make use of it because the wind and the weather, I always get it off SimBrief and also off here as well. You know, I've got the weather here, so that's what I'm saying. I don't use it, so I've never actually, like, when would at what point, it's not what it does, it's when does it get used by a real world pilot? At what point does he tune in? Do they tune in every time? Is it a matter of procedure, or do you not have to if you've got the information? Or can you just ask ATC instead of going through a pre-recorded message? And it looks like we don't even have a META for this place either. Why do I have to get used to it? If I don't use it, nothing happens. I mean, I've flown so many flights without using it. So why do I need to get used to it? I don't understand why that would be. Yeah, no META for here. Okay. That's odd. Okay. Okay, so right, let's say I tune in the ATIS and I listen to it. Now what do I do with that information? I mean, do I plug it in? Do I just note it down and then write it into here? Because I didn't understand a thing the guy was saying, you know? And what we can do to plug back into ATIS as well, I think, is if we go here, Navigraph. I actually wanted to take off before it got dark, but things are working against us and it looks like that's not going to happen. So we're just going to have to deal with the fact that we're going to be having a late flight. It is the way of things. So on the charts here, you have your frequencies. ATIS 123. I read it wrong, but I know what I mean. So it's here. So we'll tune it back in.
Hold short instructions. A division initial contact you have information EMA.
What? The accent's too heavy. Now what do I do with this?
Information EMA. 2300 Zulu. V150-810 East Sailing 71 Grand Overcast.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
16. KNH1012. Landing.
Wait a minute. If I'm not mistaken, in the options, international basic accents. Let's take that off. Okay, now talk to me. I'm way ahead here, Lenny. Way ahead here.
1. Transition level 060. React back on hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Lima. Salgado Tilo Airport information Lima. 2300 Zulu. Wind 150 at 10 west. Ceiling 700 overcast. Temperature 18. The point 16. QNH 1012. Landing and departing runway 11. Transition level 060. React back on
I'm not departing on runway 11.
Advise on initial contact you have information Lima.
Say it again.
Salgado Airport information Lima. 2300 Zulu. Wind 150 at 10 west.
Okay,
Ceiling 700 overcast.
I got it.
Temperature 18. The point 16. QNH 1012. Landing and departing runway 11. Transition.
Okay, so basically temperature's 18 degrees, dew point 16, winds at 150 over 10. Boom, done. I'm sure I'll forget that. And probably don't even need it. Right. Let's get underway before it gets too dark. So I have my Simbury flight plan. Could put it up on screen, but you know. Okay, so all this stuff going on. I don't even know where to frickin' start with this plane now. Let's start down here. Actually, if we go here and go to here and request the weather, and we want it, I don't need it for here really, but I'll ask for it anyway. It's a shame, like on the Airbus, on the Boeing, sorry, you can request the departure and arrival airport METAR in one go. Actually, I think you can do that on the fly-by-wire. No response. So yeah, nobody's actually looking after the weather. That sounds safe. Okay, well let's ask for an ident for weather. I'm using the wrong terminology, but I really don't care. It's got the ident there. Okay. Yeah, see, I don't trust you. I don't trust that there's no... Do they not do METARs in South America? Is that just a thing? Yeah, see, that's too quick. That's too quick. Let's go in again. That's happening way too fast. Well, I don't know. Do you need to contact ATC during the flight or like during the cruise? I mean, if I find it that it's distracting me from my flight, then I'll stop using it during the flight because, you know, I just will. I'm not going to have anything get in the way. Oh, it's not doing it, is it? This isn't supposed to come up immediately. Oh, finally. So there is a little bug there. Right, what I don't know from the ATIS is the current air pressure. So I'm just going to have to cheat my way to it by pressing the B key and setting it myself, because there's no other way of finding it unless I go on my phone, and I'm not doing that. So let me just see what camera I need to use here. Oh, I don't have any cameras set up then. Okay. I think that was camera 2, camera 1, camera 1. There we go. Oh, I hope so. I hope I enjoy it. Okay, let's just get all this filled in. Right, cruising altitude 360. Okay. Climbing winds. Alrighty. So we're flying out of Brazil in the Porto Alger or Alger, whatever region, and I had to pick a different runway to land on because the runway it wanted to assign me, there was a conflict with one of the stars. Beyond ATC said, "Oh no, I don't know what that star is, so I can't load your flight plan," and so I just switched to a different runway. So it's 29 on both. Now here via EGAB and Devot transition. Let's insert that. And down here we are arriving on runway. Oh, please have an ILS. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna have to pick a different runway, guys. Bloody friggin' fart. I want to do ILS, I don't want to do VORs. It's not that I can't, I just don't want to. I've done it before. Right, so I'm going to edit my flight plan, so we're going to be starting from scratch, I guess. Yep, we're going to be starting from scratch because I want to do this. Oh, you can't see the screen, can you? Ah, fuck. Yeah, so you should have told me. So we're going to edit the flight, come into 11, change the SIDS and stars, and generate. Alright. So I'm going to disconnect Beyond ATC, and then I'm going to reconnect Beyond ATC. The problem is, how is that going to affect my init screen? Yeah. How do you cancel everything on the MCDU and start again? Let's see if this is happy with it first.
Beyond ATC connected.
Yeah, see? This is the problem. I'm not comfortable with a VOR. I don't know why this is an issue. Why would SimBrief give me this star for this runway and then this Beyond ATC say no, sorry? Yeah, this is a problem, isn't it? We may have to do a complete reload, completely different flight, completely different. What would be the opposite of destination in this case? Not source. Departure, I would say, right? Oh, destination. Okay, so if I wipe out destination from my memory banks, when it comes to flight sim, then I wouldn't start thinking the wrong terms. So I have to be thinking in terms of departure and arrivals, not destination and whatever the opposite of that would be. Yeah, this isn't a default airport though. My to and from airports are not defaults. This is the magic of live TV, isn't it? Because I cannot be expected by anybody to do a test where I load in the flight plan, I do Beyond ATC, I load up the whole thing, everything's fine, and then to scrap the whole thing and start it all again on a stream. I can't obviously be expected to do that to avoid these situations. But I want to know, if I want to change this now, same from, same to, oh, wait a minute, all I would need to do is this, isn't it? Well, actually, is the SID still the same? It is. And I can't change the star. So I could just say, forget Beyond ATC, let's fly. Or I could pick something else and try Beyond ATC. I didn't mention Beyond ATC in the stream title, kind of specifically for reasons like this. So we do have an RNAV approach on. Do you have an RNAV 29? We do. You see, I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. I want an ILS landing, and none of the ILS runways going into, I don't know how you pronounce it, Ezeiza Airport, are talking to Beyond ATC. None of them. So we're kind of fucked here. And it's getting darker, so I'm going to have to move to a different part of the world as well and set this up at a different time. And it's not going to matter, because it's not as if we're going to get people coming on the stream saying, oh, why are you not flying to where the stream says? You know, I'm not expecting people to join, to be honest. So I don't think I'm going to need to explain it beyond the people who are already here. So we might be good to go on this. So this is... Okay, so let's go not to the ground charts, but to the approaches. So ILS 11. ILS 35, and that's it. And I've tried. 35 gave me an error, the same as 11 has. 29, no problem, but no ILS. And judging by the light inside this cockpit now, oh, game freeze. I hate it when it does that. Yeah, the sun's going in. This is the shit we had last time. So, unfortunately, what I'm going to have to start doing, I think, with the flight sim streams is I'm going to have to not title the flights, not say where we're going to and from, and then when the stream is over, then I can go and edit the video, edit the title, create a thumbnail, and just do it kind of backwards. Seems like the only way we can do it. So I'm going to shut down that as well. And we'll just start from scratch and see if we can just go to the east, west, north, south. Right, what word did you want to use, Rusty? West. Say west. West. Yeah, we'll have to go to the west coast of the United States because this is going to take the longest to go dark, and it looks like I'm going to need a fair bit of time. So flight planning. All I see is the same freaking airports that I've done time and time again. That's an hour. Camels? Really? What the hell is that? Eh? Why is it doing that? My mouse is fine. It's not my mouse that's the problem. Where's this Sedona? Where is this? I don't know what the minimum length of runway is for an Airbus. So I'm going to Google it. A fully loaded A320, blah, 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 2,000 meters. Okay, well, Fenix is, Sedona is 1,500. We're not going to be fully loaded though, but I don't like those kind of margins. It's not for me. Oh, it's in Arizona. Is that where it is? I don't know where anything is. Like if you'd told me that Las Vegas was here, I would never. I've always thought Las Vegas was over on the other side. Don't know why. You know, like above Florida or something. Shows what I know. Right, mid Kansas to, we've done Memphis 6 billion times. You know what happens though? I've spent 40 minutes just trying to get Flight Sim to work properly again. I don't know. I haven't done anything to it. Just when I loaded it up, we had the heads-up display was on, or the GUI, whatever you want to call it. That was on the newbie mode, as I call it. No idea why that was on at all. I didn't ever switch it on because I don't use it because it's like arcade mode almost. And I didn't have any liveries for the Argentina, so I had for this particular plane, so I had to go online and get those. And of course that meant 2 or 3 reloads of the flight sim. And by the time you got yourself ready and prepared, you lose the motivation because it's like it was 40 minutes ago that I had the motivation to do it, and now not so much. And now even with this, you know, with this it's zapping it all the time. My motivation is going down and down and down. So anyway, we can try this one. So let me get a pencil and write this down before one of us goes fucking crazy. All I need here to write down is the 2 iCows. I couldn't care less about anything else. I've managed to make a K look like an R, so that was clever. Right, so how do we do this? Right, so YouTube, edit video. Fenix A320-300 plus Beyond ATC. There we go. Right, so I've changed the title of the stream, which it would be noticeable on a refresh. Obviously, I can't do anything about the thumbnail until I'm done here. Right, so now I need to launch a brand new sim brief. And if this doesn't work this time, I'm out. I'm done. I'm finito. Like a human being can only tolerate so much. So let's go into brief sim, which is coming up. All right. So airline, well, let's just go Delta 2627, departing from KMCI, Kansas City. Not sure why it's got MCI, but there you go. Arriving in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, right? Yeah. Of course it is. Have you not seen J.R. Ewing? Of course it is. Dallas. Aircraft is... Go away, freak. Aircraft is that. And now, because I have Delta on CFM, we'll be using CFM engines. And... generate. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see it. At least it will be in the daytime, which will be cool. All right. Awesomeness. Now I need to locate my mouse. There it is. Right, so we don't need this. Go away, you freak of nature. Jesus. 600 clicks. Right, so we need... I'm going to delete the departure and set it again. From experience, I do that for a reason. Okay, any gate medium? Oh yeah, gate B35B. Yeah, the sim's going to accept that. If it accepts B35B, I'll be blown away. No way. Let's go in and see what's cooking. See where that is. Okay, departure runway. 01 left, which is... Oh, where the hell are you putting me? Oh, we're going up? Oh yeah, of course. There you go. Yeah, it's normal in flying when, you know, depending on the wind, but we're going south, so that's why we're departing north. Yeah. Right. That means we're going to be doing a U-turn immediately. Thank you for that, wind. Okay. You better put me on the wrong way. So B35B. Oh, we got to reload the whole flight again. Oh, you freak. Doesn't matter. Looks like I have to just take my time. We've got all the time in the world, man. All the time in the world. Bye-bye. Oh, Jesus. Now I've got to wait for you. Sorry, guys. I do get frustrated and I do get aerated at shit like this because when you're streaming, it's a different attitude to if I was sitting here on my own. I would still be getting frustrated with it, but At least I'm not live streaming, so it's not affecting anybody else's time, you know. But when you're streaming, there's a certain pressure to, you know, that everything should work and everything should go right and everything should be smooth. And when it doesn't, it builds up more pressure and that affects your mood. It's unavoidable. At least for me it is, because I'm a right moody bastard. Right, so we need to go into liveries and not have the Argentinian livery. Oh, we're in the wrong plane as well. This fella. Okay, we got a few deltas. The only reason I've got this many, I don't normally, but the only reason I got them is because it came in a pack. I'm going to delete all the others. I only need one. It's ridiculous having all those. Right, Airbus, CFM, Delta Airlines, Kansas City, B-35B, go. Everything checks out. Oh. Now I've got to edit my flight now because the departure timing is all wrong. So it has to be refreshed. Oh boy, eh? Wow. Right. Why have we got lights on? Hello? Why have we got lights on? Do we? It looks... Oh, okay. Yeah, what the hell? This plane looks different. This happens with some liveries. They add on these things. Look at the screens. They've got lines on them. You've got these sticky out bits here, which aren't normally here. Yeah, the screens are different. This is all down to the person who's made the livery. This is all different. It looks older somehow. That looks sort of the same. Yeah, the screens are all cathode ray, old type. We better be having an ILS landing. I mean, it will choose that as a preference, but I'm just saying, we better have it. The only difference between ILS and RNAV is you don't get the glide slope and stuff, but it'll still get you there. Right, this and this. And do we have FSLTL functioning? Yes, we do, because there's planes. And the only way there can be planes... Is this not finished? The only way there can be planes other than my own is if FSLTL is running. Otherwise, we'd be the only one in the world. Hello, Jeff. Give me a sec, man. It's going to get noisy.
Beyond ATC connected.
Right, so let's see if I am able to put it on the screen again. Oh, cool. I'm Airbus 267 this time. Fine, I'm happy with that. What the freaking is going on with these screens? They're not very bright, are they, these old screens? Jesus. They're a wee bit dark. Isn't there a way to turn these off? And look, because they've got this big cover thing on the top, look, you can't see. We should have flown American instead of Delta. See, this is a slightly different shading as well. Great, I'm going to have to be looking for the wind information by dipping down every freaking time. Jesus Christ. Okay. And I suppose the interior is all Delta. Okay. Well, it is. Righty, so let's get the flight in. Oh, wait a minute. So I need to go blah, generate. Oh, does that mean Beyond ATC's got the wrong flight? Buggeration. No, it doesn't. How did you do that? I didn't generate my flight plan. I'm going to just come out of this because I'm not 100% and I want to be. But I didn't, it's my belief that you have to generate the Simply flight plan before it loads it up. And I didn't do that. So quite how it got that, I don't know. But
Beyond ATC connected.
let's just make sure. Dallas Fort Worth. It takes all my scenery data, you see. That's what it's doing now. $3 a.m. Wow, Jesus. You need another job, man. Part-time. Just take it easy. Chill. 3 a.m., man. That's bad stuff. But you'd be getting an early finish, I would imagine. Right, so we'll tune clearance or Clarence. Let's do it manual one. Actually, we want tower, don't we? Whoa! Look how many of those are. Right, so 128.200. Okay, so for the most part, I'm just going to get this off screen, unless you guys want to see it. So it's 128.20, was it? There we go. See how it pops up on there? Didn't even click anything on the interface. So Airbus 2627 radio check.
Airbus 2627, reading you loud and clear.
Cool. Cool. The guy can hear me. All right. Let's just go into this. Drop in the thing. I'm going to get rid of this just for the moment. And right, so the flight number is Delta for Delta, Echo, Lewinsky, 2627. Cost index, 12. Cruising altitude, 34 million. And yes, scratch pad, go away. Right, winds, climbing winds, which often results in a burp. There we go. Now, we've got that flight plan. And we've got Kumki, So Kumki departure. Let's have a looky on the routey. So leading from 01 left, Racer 8. And do we have a thingy? Dassault? Yeah, transition. I'm using all the technical terms, just so you know. Thingy, what's it? All those. Right, arrival. Runway 36 left. You better have, it's got to have ILS on every runway, this thing. ILS 36 left. The star is Jovum 9. No, it isn't. Jovum 5. So why did you say 9? Jovum. Why did I say 9? 9's not even in the list. Don't know. Claw. Do we have Claw here? There we go. And insert. And it looks like GPS has just come up. All right. Awesomeness, awesomeness, and awesomeness again. Fine. Huh? What? Go into the plan mode. What? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Wait. What? I just need confirmation here, guys. Something's confusing me. I'm looking to this to put me right. Oops, wrong one. This one. What the hell? We're taking off. Right, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. We're here. We're taking off runway 01 left. This is heading north. Right? These charts all point north, don't they? Surely. I'm sure they do. So yeah, we're taking off up this way towards the north. Why is my flight plan going straight down south? Because we're on plan mode. Okay, fine. But even there, what? What am I not making sense of here? Why aren't we doing a U-turn? Oh boy. I don't know. This doesn't make sense to me. I'm just going to run through the flight plan regardless. It makes no sense. We're taking off northwards. I don't know how the flight plan is immediately south without any turnaround. We have a manual here before getting to Allen. I'm okay with that. And then the final is going to be 23. Yeah, what the hell. I'm just going to take off and then we'll just have the plane turn itself around once I'm on autopilot. We'll manage it. What I'm more concerned about now is the arrival details, particularly the approach. And it is 36 left, ILS. Says how many different versions do we have here? Category 2. That's me. So it is 2300, which I don't normally say. I normally say 2300, so I don't know where I'm getting that from. But okay, so 588 is the runway elevation, and the decision altitude will be usually 200 above. 100 above? Very brave. Okay, so 688 is the DA. This is RE, runway elevation, and then we're coming in. So 2,300 is our final approach altitude. Diddly-dee, and we've also got a inbound course of 356. We don't need. I'm writing it down out of habit because I would write it down for the Boeing, but this doesn't need it. And the ILS frequency is 111.9. So we've got the approach frequencies there. So final approach 356, that, and the airport is 606 feet, but the runway is a little bit lower, so it's obviously bumpy. Transition altitude we already know is 18,000 because we're in the States. Cool. Oh yeah, I could go and look at all the stars and the SIDS and all that stuff, but let's just get on with it. Okay, so air pressure is in inches in the US, and it is 2973. So inches. Change that. Don't worry, I'm going to be getting everybody on board instantly. I'm not going to mess around. Enough time has been wasted already. Oh, remember the last flight? I don't know if you were here, for any of you guys, all of you 8 people were here for the last flight, but we got an orange ILS here. Well, that's because I stupidly forgot to press the landing system button, and yeah, that wasn't enabled. That was all it was. We still got down okay though. Right. This is going to be set to the thing, although Beyond ATC may give us a different. Will it? Will Beyond ATC tell me initial climb? Let's set it to 18. And speed, we're not ready, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So let's go here and here, and we have block fuel of 6913. I'm just going to go straight with 7 tons. And the zero fuel weight. This doesn't put it in, does it? No, but you can have it sent there from here. So we go mass and balance. So send to MCDU. Load the aircraft instantly. I don't think we have. Didn't even use the jetway, unfortunately. I should have, but it doesn't matter. Alright, so that's all been filled in. Whoa! Squeeze me? Go back. What are you talking about? 6913. Correct. Thank you. It had 3.0 here. I've had to do that twice now. Okay. That looks better. And the zero fuel weight looks a bit more healthy. Jesus, I thought it looked wrong. Okay, so outbound performance departure. So we are dry, taking off from runway 1 left. Let's just do that, and we'll load up the weather. Packs will be on, anti-ice no, force toga no, flight flap config 2, and go. Now there's a way to send this to the MCDU as well, isn't there? Here. It's hidden with a massive button, and there it is, all in. So V2 is 139, so we'll get this up to somewhere around there. And yeah, that's it. I want the constraints on as well. And that's kind of everything here sorted. So now in here we've got well, I don't know why that's orange, but what it's basically saying here is that too much? This is basically stating how much fuel's going to be on board the plane when we land. That seems excessive. 4 tons. We've got 7 tons of fuel, and we're going to have 4 of those tons. We're going to use 3 tons to get there. That seems like a very excessive amount of fuel that we're going to be carrying. I was going to say, knowing me, I'm going to need it. Airbus 2627, wind check.
Wind tree 40 at 1 tree, gusts 19er.
Gusts at 19er. I don't think I'll put anything in here for that. See, this is not like the Boeing, where you put all this stuff in. Yeah. Okay. Let's get the rest of the plane prepped, ready to go. Alexa, shut up. Jesus Christ. I can't understand why she gets triggered with just seemingly any word. Yeah, I didn't think that was on. Oh, weird. Alright, so we'll get the APU running then. Do we have to do anything first with Beyond ATC? Request departure? Do we have to do that?
Airbus 2627, ready to go. Runway 1 left.
No, you see. No, I fucked it up now.
Airbus 2627, you are nowhere near 01 left. Why in the world are you asking for departure clearance?
Cool. Yeah. Okay. What was I thinking? Okay. Well, let's tune in to center. It says status bad pilot. Cheeky bastards. Look at that. Alright, let's try this. My first go, give me a chance. Airbus 2627, request IFR clearance.
I missed the call sign for that last clearance request. Say again, call sign.
Airbus 2627.
Airbus 2627, Kansas City Center. Cleared to Dallas Fort Worth Airport. Racer 8 departure. With the DOSO at transition, then is filed. Maintain 5000. Departure with me. Squawk 6303.
Okay, it looks like we're missing information on the
Airbus 2627, Kansas City Center, cleared to Dallas Fort Worth Airport, Racer 8 departure, with the DOSOA transition, then is filed.
yeah, but
Maintain 5000. Departure with me. Squawk 6303.
unfortunately, darling, you're not putting the information here where it's supposed to be. I can see the little boxes, but they're not shown, so I'll have to do it automatically. The whole
Clear to Dallas Fort Worth Airport. Racer 8 departure with the DOSOA transition, then as filed. Maintain 5000. Departure with you. Squawk 6303. Airbus 2627.
Negative. Departure frequency 124.7.
Traffic.
Beyond ATC is supposed to show you boxes for you.
Negative. Departure frequency 124.7.
I don't even have Beyond ATC on the screen. I know you guys can see it, but I can't. I'm gonna let her read that again if she will.
Airbus 2627, Kansas City Center.
Taxi. Say again. It's all going wrong, isn't it?
Negative. Departure frequency 124.7.
Departure frequency 124.7, Airbus 2627.
Airbus 2627, read that correct.
Now I'm going to explain to you everything that just went wrong to the best of my ability. When we requested departure clearance and all that farting stuff, she read out all of this stuff, and I'm supposed to read that back. That's on the screen, and now I don't think I'm going to get a chance to. I don't even know how to say it. Like, I can't say taxi to runway 1 left via SID 8. Oh, maybe I can. Oh, fuck. Taxi to runway 1 left via Racer 8. Transition DOSO A. Altitude clearance 5,000 feet. Departure frequency 124.7. Squawk 6303. Airbus 2627. DOSOA, I probably should have said. No.
Airbus 2627. I didn't get that.
Yeah, I didn't think you would. It looks like we're fine anyway. I think I got my officer to say it all back. The problem is, when you say it all back, those boxes, I think, should disappear. Anyway. First time for everything, right? So I guess we don't do anything now until we taxi. Again, I'm no expert. First time using it, so I really don't have a clue, as you would probably imagine. I don't know when is the next time to use it, at what point. I don't want to switch to a different frequency if I can help it. In fact, what I will do is write the frequency I have live, 124.7, which was departure or something like that, right? And then Yeah, that's TRACON. I don't know what TRACON is. I don't know what it means, what it stands for, nothing. Okay. No idea what TRACON. I've never heard that word in my life before. I don't really know. Okay, so at center we can just get a radio check at this point. Clearance, we can just get a radio check at this point. And ground, request push and start. There we go, that's what we want. Okay, so that will be our next thing then. Right, I'm going to take this off the screen so it's not in the way. And I'm going to find a monitor to put it on. Need friggin' 4 monitors now. Okay. Right, so let's just wait for APU to get up and running. I can put this on a tablet or even on another monitor, but I should because it's easier. Interrupt pushback? Didn't even request it. Or did I by turning on the beacon light? Is that how it works?
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Well, you're going to have to wait. Airbus 2627 request push and start. Let's see what it does here.
Aircraft calling for pushback, say call sign.
You know what? I'm not going to do that. I have to.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
What if it does a pushback now that's going to interfere with the GSX one? Airbus 2627.
Airbus 2627, ground, pushback and engine start approved.
Approved, okay.
Face southwest.
Base southwest, Airbus 2627. Okay.
Locking gear.
This is indeed a little bit much to take in on the first go, but it's one of those things that once you get used to, it'll be easier. Oh, fucking hell. Are you kidding me? Right, guys. Obviously people have complained and GSX has put everything back. It used to be nose right, tail left, nose left, tail right, and right, like you're seeing on the screen, right? That's what it used to be. Then they changed it from left and right to north or south or east or west, and the one time that the guy tells me to face a direction, southwest, it's gone back to left and right again. What? See, it's gone off the screen now. So I need to go nose right. Oh, friggin' hell. How do I get that back?
Release parking brakes, please.
I'll see what I can do.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
And that's what you call nose right, is it? Cool. Obviously this airport needs a GSX config. I don't know where the hell you're taking me. Oops. I can't even see these screens, they're just way too dark. Is there anything going on that's supposed to be going on?
All aircraft be advised information whiskey now current, altimeter 2907 tree.
There we go. Altimeter 2973, we have that. I'm going to put it into this as well, by the way. So it does, it's reporting changes of air pressures.
Please set parking brakes.
Seen as iOS so nicely.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Well, I know that, don't I? I know that. Yeah, it'd be nice if you could change your call sign, so I could change myself to like Delta 2627 or something like that. But it picks it for you. Now, in terms of requesting taxi to the runway, we're going to have a little conflict here, because sometimes I use GSX to have the car do it for me. You know, the car escorts me there, but GSX might pick a different taxiway route to what BeyondATC will tell me. So I'm gonna have to rely on Navigraph. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, so if we go, oops, picked the wrong one again. So there's all the thingies. And we only need to get from here to here, so it shouldn't be too difficult to calculate this. Right.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
I haven't actually checked, but I believe we have got a good engine start. Yes.
Unlocking gear.
Yeah.
bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is
I mean,
clear.
once I get it all sorted out, the whole thing should look kind of cool. So what we've got, you know, the whole flight. So I'm going to leave this here just for this one. See, I should have read back, pushback direction southwest. Or maybe I did. Got to turn the game volume down as well so it doesn't interrupt. Probably why it's saying it can't read, it, not understanding my call sign. Airbus 2627, request taxi to runway.
Airbus 2627, runway 1 left taxi via Lima, Delta, Alpha 11.
Taxi to runway 1 left via Lima, via Delta, via A11, Airbus 2627. I'm sure you don't need to say via all the time. Is that an okay? Did we get did it tick it? Because it should come up on the log there as well. I think taxi to runway 1 left via Lima, Delta, Alpha 11, Airbus 2627 should have been the thing I said. Right, so Lima, Delta, A11. Okay. And that would be, well, I don't know where Lima is. There's A11. There's Delta. So we're just going to go down here, A11, so it's basically here. The Lima bit, I'm not getting. But yeah. Where is Lima anyway? I wonder where it thinks we are. But anyway, straight down, and then it's the first right. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to remove that. So it's round the circle and then across. Okay. Right. Okay. Aha. I was wondering why I couldn't hear it. I'd turn my volume down. Oh, for crying out soft. I don't exactly know where this is. Thank you, One Doodle.
Thank you Von Doodle for your kind £1.99 super chat, for your troubles.
I am not convinced by this. Thank you, matey. Appreciate it. Settle down now. Steering. Why do we have a fuel truck? I still can't figure out the flight plan. No idea what it thinks it's doing.
Airbus 2627, contact tower 128.2.
I don't have it on the fucking screen. Contact tower 128.2, Airbus 2627. Too much going on, too many sounds.
Thank you, Von Doodle, for your kind £1 and 99 pence super chat. For your troubles.
It looks like it switched it over on its own to the frequency. Can we please be sitting in the right? Thank you. There you go. No, I stopped at the threshold for a reason. Oh yeah. I put it on to low. What a noob. Even with the default voices, it's quite cool. Yeah, I can't really do the realistic ones. Airbus 2627, request departure.
Airbus 2627, tower, wind tree 30 at 10, fly heading 200, runway 1 left, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 1 left, fly heading 200. Airbus 2627. Can this not go any quicker? There'll be 6 planes hovering above while we sort this digit out. You'll notice I've taken off the dialogues now. You know, the pop-up dialogues that tell you what all the controls are? Took them off. Should have put those on before we entered the runway, but I'm actually quite overwhelmed at the moment, so I can't do everything. Heading 200 and not to exceed 5,000.
Airbus 2627, contact Kansas City departure.
Contact Kansas City departure on 124.7, Airbus 2627. Airbus 2627, announce on frequency.
Aircraft calling. I didn't get that.
Well, tough. See, I've been spinning the plane the wrong way because I've been too busy trying to listen to everything that's going on. I don't know how to announce on frequency. I'm going to do auto respond here.
Kansas City, Airbus 2627 for 1100.
Airbus 2627, Kansas City departure. Radar contact. Clear direct SPRNT. Resume to Racer 8. Climb and maintain 17,000.
I want the plane to do it before.
Airbus 2627, Kansas City departure. Radar contact.
It did it by itself. It responded by itself.
Racer 8. Climb and maintain
I never told it to.
17,000.
Oh, maybe that was not it. Cleared direct sprint. Resume Racer 8. Climb and maintain 17,000. Airbus 2627. Yay! Now we've got plenty of options. We've got request, heading next fix, verify next fix, request altitude change. Personally, I don't think we're flying in the right direction, but there you go. Cleared direct to sprint. Okay, so direct to sprint. Go. See, I don't know the speak on how to respond. So I think for maybe the first 3, 4, 5 flights, it's best to just have auto respond on, so you can hear how the autoresponder, the program, is responding back to the ATC, and then that's how you should do it. It's a case of, you know, listening to how he's going to phrase it, how he's going to say it. And I know you just read it backwards, box by box. He said cleared direct. It's SPRNT. Do you say sprint? I don't even know. Cleared direct sprint, resume Racer 8, climb and maintain. So you would say cleared direct sprint, resume the Racer 8, climb and maintain 17,000, and then your call sign. It accepted it anyway. I don't know what you mean by that's RA. I don't understand what RA is. Sorry, man. Treat me like I'm 10 years old and I don't know what we're talking about here, because I don't know what RA is. Request altitude. Like, if I don't do request heading next fix,
Airbus 2627, contact Kansas.
Will it do it on itself?
127.9er.
Contact Kansas City 127.9er, Airbus 2627. It's done it. It just switched. Now to announce, Airbus 2627 for 15,400.
Airbus 2627, Kansas City Center, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, Airbus 2627. Okay, stickety boom boom. Now we're going up to the proper cruising altitude. Isn't this much better this way? RA. Yeah, auto respond. Yeah, I think yeah, the auto respond is the right way. Just to, like, if it's something simple like that last one, then that's cool. You know, like climb and maintain flight level 340, blah, blah, blah. That's easy. But when it's a series of instructions, I'm not quite sure how to say it, I'll just press on the command itself and then it will auto respond for that particular command. And then yeah, if I want to request an altitude change, let's say we've got some bad weather and I need to go up a little bit, I can ask that as well. Submit turbulence PREP, submit icing PREP, something report, and obviously the radio check. So yeah, if I want to be, you know, below, if I want to go down to 32,000 perhaps, I want to go down to 32,000 or go up to 36 or 35 to get above some weather maybe, I can just request altitude change. Now you can keep auto respond on the whole time. Oh, here comes something new.
2627, contact Kansas City Center 123.8.
Contact Kansas City Center 123.8, Airbus 2627. Watch the walkie-talkies, there we go. Kansas City Center Airbus 2627 for 21,500. I think you just have to announce your current altitude, right? No.
Aircraft calling, did not copy.
I'm not surprised. Kansas City Center 123.8, Airbus 2627.
Airbus 2627, Kansas City Center, Roger.
Hello, Roger. Call ready for descent. Yeah, I don't think so, matey. Not yet. Oh, jeez. We haven't even got top of climb yet. So yeah, options. And every time it tunes us in 123.8, you know, to a different frequency, then it should be on down here on your main. There it is. Does it all for you. I'm having a go, Lenny. I'm having a go. You know, just to see how far I can get with it. You want me to keep it on the screen? I know it takes up a little bit of real estate. I could shrink it a little. Just so you guys can maybe still see it as well. But yeah, it's cool, eh? It's the first time I've actually flown using it and, you know, having it talk as we go. But I will not be using this Delta livery again unless I can get the same one but doesn't have these new fangled things. Unless maybe, can you change that in here? I don't think you can, right? I think it's part of the livery. I don't think you can change it. I wonder if they'll tell me when to descend and all that. It definitely adds to the sim. Yes, it does. Definitely. And I think if you become, you know, remotely proficient with it, you should be kind of good to go. Why is that on upside down? What happened here? Oh, right, because it's a rotating button. Of course it is. It just looked weird to me. I'm not sure how UK that is, but if we go to UK female, Airbus 2627 requesting radio check.
Airbus 2627, 5x5.
So where does the female bit come in? Oh, it's the auto respond voice. Sorry. I thought it was the ATC voice that was doing it. No, of course not. That's this one. So yeah, you've got the premium. You've got controller and traffic voice. Yeah. The more they speak, the more characters it costs you. I could put it on for a quick sample, but one time, okay? And then we'll set it to... Where do you set the personage here?
This is a premium voice sample. UK male, speedbird 88290, runway 271, taxi via Alpha, link 12.
That's quiet.
Airbus 2627, contact Kansas City Center 127.725.
Contact Kansas City Center 127.725, Airbus 2627. Yeah, because you have to constantly change frequency, and as we get closer to Dallas, it'll say tune Dallas Center, contact Dallas Center. You know, so you know you're getting closer to your destination and stuff like that. I mean, how freaking cool is that? Yeah, and when I got it, when I bought it, it was 1017, the version number, and then it was 1021, then it went up and up, and it seems like every time I run the program, it's got a download, an updated, you know, to download an update. Yeah, 10 flights. That's not too bad, actually. I'll tell you what, though, the standard voices, I mean, it's not like the built-in Windows voices, you know. It's not as bad as those. It is actually, they are actually better. They're improved, and I think they work fine for me. I'm happy with them like this. Oh, was it this? Is that why it was low? Because I had it on. Because it's actually quite loud. Where do you go to change the... Oh, it's here, isn't it? Of course it is. So you would choose Jeff. Oh, you can have... Oh, right. So the auto-respond voice can be... See, these are YouTubers. The auto-respond voice is can be premium as well. And these are the traffic voice and the controller voice. So if we choose premium, you don't get to choose... Right, so it's only the YouTubers' voices are only the auto-respond ones. So I guess for the basic voice, I'm guessing here, for the basic voice, which is free, you need to turn the volume down a little, and then I can go to 100 for the premium voice, for it to be heard, because it's certainly quieter. So I'll put it on premium for whatever this next call is going to be, just as a test. In fact, we can do a radio check. Airbus 2627, radio check.
Airbus 2627, reading you loud and clear.
There you go. That was loud. See, and now my characters have dropped. Oh no! Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. What was that from? I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Oops. Need to go back. I think for a voice pack, you know, to top up to 50,000, isn't it like £10 or something? And then you can buy like 75,000 characters or something for, I can't remember the pricing structure. But to be honest, the basic ones, yeah, kind of cool. Not too bad at all, to be fair. Okay, so we're just reaching top of climb then. Yeah. I've never seen that flash before. So top of climb comes now, and also at the arrow. Yeah, I'm impressed with just the basic voices. I am. And, you know, if you can afford to keep topping up the thing every 10 flights, or for me it'll be probably 5 flights. Basic is good, yeah. So yeah, I think it was $30 I paid, or 30 euros or something. I can't remember what currency, but it was $29.95 basically. Yeah, and I thought, you know, that's a one-time purchase. So the pricing structure is kind of okay, because if you think about it, for the premium voices, it's AI generated, right? So that costs the developers, Beyond ATC, it costs them money to use that traffic to generate those things, and that's why they're asking you to pay for it. So that's only fair and square. £10 gets you $250,000, really? Wow, if that's well, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's as much of a bargain as that, but if it is, I'm in. I can do that. Yeah, we're not ready to land yet, man. Landing elevation. Look, that's the airport landing elevation. Not perfectly right, but it's pretty much bang on. 588, I think it was. Yeah. N340. That's a motorway in Spain, a very dangerous one. I used to drive it a lot. It's in southern Spain. I had a situation on that motorway where my throttle got stuck open. It was one of those throttles that, you know, the accelerator is attached to the engine via a cable, but thankfully I don't have that on my current car. There is no physical connection between my throttle pedal and my engine on my car. Fly-by-wire, they call it. Yeah, it's electronic switch, the potentiometer switch thing. No cable. It's just plug. You literally can unscrew the accelerator off the floor and just pull the connector out. $30 gets you. Wow, that's impressive, Lestat. That's impressive. £10 for 250,000. So if they're calculating, say, 5,000 characters per flight, it's going to vary. Obviously, it's going to vary. But if that's the case, and you can get 10 flights, out of 50,000, then that's £10 is essentially, if you're economical with it, it's getting you about 50 flights. But surely, like, you could economize on that. You could go on the controller voice and say, right, I only want the controller voice on premium, but the traffic voice, I want to keep it on basic. That might have a problem with volumes, I don't know. I think they should introduce a separate volume for controller and traffic, just have volumes underneath here rather than one single one. But you could do that, and then just you could keep these standard and just keep the premium on that one. Because if you went premium and auto respond premium, it's going to use up more characters. But it would be interesting to do, if you know what you're doing, to do a test flight and see how many characters you use up in that one flight. And you've got radio degradation simulation, which I've got switched on, and low performance, which I'm not going to need on my system. Prefer, I think, yeah, virtual airline call signs, yeah, and use international basic accents. If you're in the States, it doesn't really matter. If you're in Europe, probably not going to matter too much. But that South American one was heavy, man. That was heavy. Where can we tune now? None of this. Still Kansas City, really? There's no handoff yet. Jeffrey's still here. Yeah. Well, just take a note of the timestamp and just continue it if you want till next time. Good night, Jeffrey. Thanks for stopping by and sticking around, man. I think I'll tell you what I can also do with with this Beyond ATC window. If I go to there and here. Now I'm looking for opacity. Oh no. I don't know where I'm getting that, but it's in my head. Yeah. Yeah, good night, Jeff. Take care, my man. I'm looking in the filters, there's nothing there. I was trying to make it just a little bit transparent. Ah, maybe this one. Uncle Rusty finds a way. There we go. That's a little bit transparency. Yeah, once I figure out some of the ways of talking back, you know, when you have like 6 boxes appearing kind of across the bottom, you know, you've got like a few things to read back. For those, I'm going to have to just put auto respond on and see how he's doing it, because I know you've got to read them back in the order of the boxes, and it's just how do you transition with your words from one box to the other? Do you just, and I guess it's just reading back, you say it the way ATC said it. So you read back basically what he said, and then you just add your call sign on the end, which of course is right here. So yeah, and I've got this auto tune on the radio. Makes things a bit less overwhelming, because that way you can you don't have to keep going down onto the radios and doing that, you know. So there's top of descent, quite a way off yet. Oh, buggeration. So do I... I mean, they're going to tell me what to descend to, right? I mean, I would set this already down to 2-3, but if they're going to guide my descent down anyway. So I might have to change that back later. We will see. Yeah, it's good. Okay. See, I've just pressed backspace on my keyboard. Man, that looks like it's quite a bit to sift through. Jeez. I'll put it in one of my flight sim bookmarks. Yeah. Yeah, you know why it's 365 pages of wonder? Because I'll be wondering if I'll ever get round to reading the damn thing. So this Beyond ATC window it's quite big on my monitor. I don't know if I can resize it. Oh, it looks like, yeah, looks like I can. Yeah, you see it just going wobbly, but that's me resizing it. But I did have it quite big. But yeah, you can have it full screen or in a window. I wonder if eventually they'll build it in so you can, like it'll transmit to on a HTTP port, so you can have it on a browser, you know, and you can maybe have a button on the tablet as your push to talk on your tablet using the microphone of the tablet. I don't know. Maybe there's no need for that. Yeah, it is cool, eh? I mean, we've not heard much of them for now. We're still tuned, the frequency's still tuned to Kansas City. Aren't we supposed to hand off, like if there's, let's say we're passing over another international airport right now, or if there was one coming up, you know, in the area, wouldn't we be handing off to them as we go and just be guided by different airports all the way along the way? Isn't that how it works? I'm sure FSX did it that way. Kept handing off to different airports the whole time. You know what, let me get a screenshot so I can use it for my thing. Let me see if I can do it with this. There we go. So if we go to camera and we choose about 75, which is what I like, 70 to 80, or 75 fits that bill nicely. Because it's a nice field of view. It doesn't warp the plane and make it look weird. So I'll be happy with that. It's a plain screen, but it'll do. Yeah, so you've actually got proper radio now, and if you've got the ATIS here, right? Is that still ATIS? So if I switch over, is that the ATIS frequency? let's have a look. 128.375. Okay. 128.375. In stereo VHF. That's an old radio station. Not that frequency, but I just stole it. Probably way out of range. I did get the right frequency, right? Yeah, 128375. Oh, 128385. Du -du 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 -du. It actually notes it. Did you see that on the bottom of the screen there? It says Kansas City Automated Terminal Information Service. If I switch it back again, Kansas City Center. Freaking cool, isn't it? And I love the way it fades out and fades in again, and the little animations they've added in. It just adds a little bit of, makes it look more professional, you know. Let's do it again. I like it. If I switch over, you see the way it just fades, those actions on the side here, on here. So when we switch it back, just the way that they nicely fade in. Did I switch it? There. Yeah, they kind of announce themselves from the side and come to the middle. Very nice. Just a nice little sweet touch, rather than it just being, you know, just appear. Right, I'll pick English. It doesn't work. I want to play Tetris. Wait, what's going on here? We don't have... There it is. Yes, flight simming, whole new level. I hope. Well, I don't know. It depends how good it would be, or how bad a move it would be. But in a way, I hope, like, you don't get a Sobo coming up to Beyond ATC people and saying, "Oh, we'll offer you this amount with this amount of zeros for your technology," and then they incorporate that into FS 2024. Would that be a good thing? Or would it be just nice to see these guys? Mind you, it would be a good thing for them if a Sobo offered them, you know, a shed ton of money just for their program. I'm sure they'd take it, but maybe not. Maybe they'd say, no, we just want to stay independent. Yeah. It's working well so far anyway. No major bugs. I mean, that waypoint that it didn't like on that star was a bit weird. But other than that, and even so, even though the flight plan as well was weird, because we took off in the wrong direction, which is fine because that's the wind, but the flight plan itself on the screen, the you know, your flight path, it was not. It was, you know, it was going the wrong way. But as soon as we took off, Beyond ATC said you can now fly direct to, was it Sprint or something like that or something? And then I just clicked here, didn't I? Direct, put Sprint in, click go, and then the plane was able to U-turn and get itself on the flight path. Because Beyond ATC said do it. Yeah, the first one on the ZX81 I had, yeah. Yep, I had it. It was just no graphics, just blocks. I also had Scion Flight Simulator on Spectrum. Did anyone remember, if you've had a Spectrum, there was a game called Tornado Low Level? It was 3D isometric, because that was the big deal at the time, was isometric games like Attic Attack and is it Underworld? WURLDE, Underworld. Was it 3D Ants or something like that? There was, and it was isometric was the big thing, because it was the first gaming type that gave the impression of a 3D world with it being isometric. But yeah, I mean, if you look back at the earlier flight sims and you see the evolution of flight sim as it's gone, it's been pretty stark, you know what I mean? But even still, even forgetting all of that, just looking at the one prior to this one, FSX, the difference between FSX and this, okay, so Microsoft stopped at FSX and said, that's it, we're done, no more flight sim, good night. And then suddenly they said many years later, here, MSFS, have a dose of this. And the difference between FSX and this is just freaking crazy. Absolutely. The graphics and everything in FSX, I mean, we have a 2D cockpit and a virtual cockpit, you know, in that game, and you have to keep switching depending on how you wanted it. The graphics were okay for their time, but compared to Flight Simulator here, Jesus, it's absolutely, there's no, the only comparison you can make is that they're both flight simulators, that's it. But the progression since FSX to now is just, I don't know what happened, but it's like, and of course all the modding, all the planes that have come out, the brilliant airports and stuff like that, and we've got Beyond ATC and, you know, cool stuff, Navigraph and SimBrief, which I believe you can use Navigraph in Flight Sim X, right? FSX. You could do that. I think it had all the information in there, or most of it anyway. You could file a flight plan as well if you wanted to in SimBrief. I don't think you'd be able to import it into FSX, I don't believe so. But I'm not sure how big a jump Flight Sim 24 will be, because it hasn't been that long. I think it'll just be an evolution of this one. There'll be some nice stuff in it though, but I just hope it can perform on my 3080. But yeah, it's freaking next level compared to FSX. And even its rival, if you want to call it that, X-Plane 12, which has got a lot of good points going for it. X-Plane 12 has always been good. Laminar Research, you know, I bought X-Plane when it was version 10, I think. But you have to pay for upgrades, I think, or do you? Do you have to pay for the whole thing every time? I can't remember. But I've got the CDs of X-Plane 10. I haven't tried 12, but even I know, graphics-wise and stuff, that Microsoft Flight Sim just blows it away. And is there anything close to the Fenix A320 in X-Plane 12? I think they do have a good plane, right? Didn't somebody make a good Boeing for it? Can't remember. Wasn't the guy's name beginning with Z or something? I think his name begins with Z, and he's like, he did some Boeing plane, I think, 737, I think it was, and apparently he did it was a really good smack up job. It was a really good A really good one. But yeah, Fenix, this Fenix thing is just next level, isn't it? Because it's so like the real thing. I haven't even I haven't even let the passengers take their seatbelts off yet. There you go. You can get up and go for a pee now. We'll be landing shortly. Tallest? No. Very famous. So everyone talks about it. So Boeing 737 X-plane. Unless it was X-plane. Ah, Zibo. There you go, Zibo. Z-I-B-O. Zibo. Boeing 737 Zibo X-plane 12. It's a Boeing 737 800X. It's downloadable for free apparently, and I don't know how study level it is, but I've only heard good things about it. I've only heard good things, so I don't know. I guess it's the equivalent of fly-by-wire, right? That you have something that is, it's not study level compared to Fenix, right? But you can't expect that. But it is, it's well featured, the fly-by-wire one. It's very well featured. I mean, let's put it this way, there is a massive gap between the fly-by-wire plane and the standard Asobo 320. They've done a lot to it. It's a lot more complex. But yes, it's not quite on par with the Fenix. However, it does have one advantage over the Fenix, and that is it's free of charge. It doesn't cost you anything. So that is not bad if you don't want to mess around with the basic standard one, but you want to maybe increase your skill set a bit, go for the free fly-by-wire, and then if you want to go for the pay option, then you get this one. And AnyBuilds have got an A320 as well on the Microsoft Store as well, I think. And AnyBuilds have done some good planes. They did a, what's the one that I have of theirs? Oh, is it an A300-600 or something? I don't know. Yeah, they did pretty well. Yeah, but this sim with this plane, I think, is as good as it gets, really. I mean, if you're into commercial airliners, right? You're still in New Zealand on your world tour. New Zealand's nice, man. That's a place I could go and spend the rest of my days. Australia too, I would imagine. I like the Australian sense of humour. I always find, like, if I watch YouTube videos and there's an Australian trying to be funny or trying to be matter of fact, because they're just funny, I find it hilarious, just the way that they talk. It's brilliant. Yeah. It's a long way to go on a plane though, but yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool. I wouldn't want to stay in the city. Ah, what a shame, Bondoodle, yeah. I know my my sister's been out there for a while. And I know my brother-in-law wanted to stay. But, yeah. G'day. Yeah, I could definitely, at least I think so. I think I'd be okay with Australia. The people seem to be quite you know, laid back, and I like the attitude they have. Somebody once told me, you know, he said if you want to go and have a meeting with the mayor, you don't have to go through official channels and all this. You just have a conversation with him over a 6-pack of beer. Well, yeah, that sounds Australian. Yeah, I love it. It's the way to do it. It's just, yeah. The only problem is those big spiders, which I don't have a problem with insects or things like that. But if there's one there that can kill me or jump on me and cling on to me, yeah. No, thank you. I'm trying to think. Enter destination. Yeah, there you go. I was just thinking right now. I was about to say, I'm trying to think, when do we need to put our destination data in, and what do we need to put in? But anyway, we're going to do it now. So, because I was going back to this screen for the reason of getting the QNH, the weather. 2979. Temperatura es Woza. Okay, it's warm, guys. 29 degrees. Yikers. Mag wind is 350.11. Yeah, you were close, but it's actually 350.11 now. It's changed a wee little bit. Trans is correct. Barrow is 7. No, it's 100. It's 100 above, isn't it? So it's 688. And now then, am I going to initiate a flaps 3 landing? Well, somewhere I have it written down, the procedure of when to set that. But I've got so many bits of paper and notepads and stuff. Give me a sec, see if I can find it here. Right, Airbus. Did I say? Yeah. But there is a point where it's not going to matter. I'll just do it on any time on the descent. But yeah, we'll do a flap 3 landing. And that's it. There's our top of descent. So let's see what Beyond ATC is gonna do. Just leaving it there on the screen, and I hope it hasn't been too intrusive. Yeah, New Zealand's nice, it's gorgeous. I saw there was a video I watched. It was a now departed country singer called Don Williams, and he went to New Zealand to do a gig there, a concert there, and I watched the video of that, and they showed some of the sights around New Zealand. Wow, like, it was beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, and the people were just like super welcoming and everything. Yeah. Yeah, really nice. I've seen a couple of videos, a documentary as well, where New Zealand was featured. I think one of the David Attenborough documentaries. He was there in New Zealand as well, and well, you can imagine a BBC Natural History program. Pretty much the only thing BBC, two things the BBC got right, and then they messed up one of them. Probably deserved though. Was getting the original Top Gear team together, Clarkson, May and Hammond, until Clarkson couldn't get a hot meal. Yeah, but then, and BBC Natural History. I mean, they just nailed that. They do it better than Nat Geo, BBC. I think they're untouchable. Okay, we are now descending. So I'm going to see if and when Beyond ATC is going to do something. Mount Doom. That's a nice thing to say on a trip, isn't it? Yeah, just on my racing sim this afternoon that I did, on the stream, there was a part of I think it was in the Los Angeles area, and one of them was called Mount Disappointment. Doom and disappointment, Jesus. Okay, so we've got a good flight path going on at the moment.
Kansas City Center, Airbus 2627, flight level 340.
Have I been needing to do that?
Airbus 2627, Kansas City Center.
They haven't been waiting for me to do that, right? Oh, I should have called ready for descent. Yeah, they have been waiting. There we go. It's done that on its own.
Airbus 2627, contact Fort Worth Center 128.
Ah, man.
Have a good one.
That's why they've not been talking to me. Contact Fort Worth Center 128.1, Airbus 2627. So you have to do announce on frequency every time.
Center, Airbus 2627. Good day. Climbing flight level 304 for flight level.
No, we're not.
340.
We're not climbing.
Airbus 2627, Fort Worth Center, roger. Airbus 2627, contact Fort Worth Center 26775.
Now we're playing catch up. Contact Fort Worth Center 126.775, Airbus 2627. I should have done it myself. Right.
Airbus 2627.
So, place, call sign. No, incorrect.
Airbus 2627, Fort Worth Center, roger. Airbus 2627, descend via Jovan 5 arrival, Dallas Fort Worth Airport landing runway 31 right, altimeter 29079er.
Descend via Jovem 5 arrival, Dallas Fort Worth landing runway 31 right, altimeter 2979, Airbus 2627. Oh yes. No? We put a tick there.
Descend via Jovan 5 arrival, Dallas Fort Worth Airport landing runway 31 right, altimeter 2979, Airbus 2627.
31 right? Uh-oh. That's not where SimBrief has told us to go. Why can't I change? Request a different runway. This is going to go wrong, guys, because we're landing at 36 left. Should we change it? Oh my god. So landing. Are you crazy? I'll do it, Rusty. What was it? 31 right? Do we... Oh, there it is. ILS 31 right via Jove M5. There we go. We've changed it. What if there's discontinuities now? Yeah, there is. There's a manual from there. Okay, I changed it. Now you know what that means, guys. Come on! Pissing me about. Trying to get the thing to move around. Nope. Give me a sec, guys. I can't read the chat now. I am.
Airbus 2627. Contact Fort Worth Center 133.25. See you.
Contact Fort Worth Center 133.25 Airbus 2627. Take care.
Come on, cursor. Give me the right frickin' thing. Why aren't these in order? Reading the wrong frickin' thing. This all goes tits up now because of this. I'm not going to be pleased. You should be able to type something in here. Look, why is the cursor going with a double-sided arrow? All the ILSs are first, but then they should be in numerical order of runway. See this arrow? It's changing to a double header. That's not... What's that for? It's preventing me from scrolling up and down. That's some bad shit going on, man. We're going to have to use Navigraph app. Am I right? Oh, it's 31 right we're going in. Why did I get the idea it was 31 left? Because now we've got a new Barrow 723 110.9 723 110.9 723 110.9 723 110.9. Oh, it's got it. Oh, thank God for that. Right, so we have Barrow 723 and confirmation there. So actually, yeah, 31 right. Yeah, I had it in my head that it was 31 left, which is why I was getting confused as to where it was. So yeah, we've just changed it. Yeah, you see, normally when you're not using Beyond ATC, obviously the runway doesn't change. You land at whatever sim brief gave you at the time, regardless. Oh fuck. Yeah, the air pressure I'm just pressing the B key. I'm not fiddling around with it. Oh, now the other thing we need is the thing here, 2400. I'm going to let this thing auto-respond for now, because I'm just wondering why announce on frequency.
Feet Worth Center, Airbus 2627, descending via Jovan 5, flight level 222.
No, its flight level isn't 222.
2627, Fort Worth Center, Roger.
It may have been back in the day,
2627, contact regional approach 126.
but it's 150 now.
Contact regional approach, Airbus 2627. Have a good day.
Oh, you can say that as well, can you?
Regional, Airbus 2627. 1 for 14,800 with information hotel.
What does that mean? 3 bedrooms?
2627, regional approach, altimeter 2979, expect the visual approach runway 31 right.
Altimeter 2979, expect the visual approach runway 31 right, Airbus 2627.
What the hell is with information hotel mean? Yeah, the on-frequency things, I wish you could set just that to be an auto-response. Oh, the ATIS, okay. So when he said, see, the speak doesn't make sense to me, because it says, when it says with information hotel, it sounds like I'm the one that has the information. I am with that information. It doesn't sound like I'm requesting it. You know what I mean? Regional is a reference to the airport, isn't it? Because it's a regional airport. So now it's just being referred to as regional. Regional. See, I wouldn't have known that. And the altimeter is just one that you, like this. The 22,000, I guess it got that from beforehand. Yeah, so we actually changed in flight the runway, and then had to go to the charts to look up the new decision altitude for that runway. And if you were in a Boeing, you would need the new ILS frequency as well, and the new course heading, approach course, whatever you want to call it. Right, so there is a constraint at 12,000. There it is. Okay. Right. What you can do as well, which is really cool on a flight, is put auto respond on and do what I'm going to do. Bathroom break. Alright, so of course if they tell you to descend or ascend or maintain, oh, I wonder if this thing will do holding patterns and stuff. Ugh. I'll have to learn how to set those up. On the Boeing I think it's quite easy to do. On this one, if I want to set up one here, ah yeah, there you go, hold. So it's Yeah, you just tell it the degrees and everything you want and stuff. But I'd probably be able to do it in a hurry, in a pinch. No, I'd just completely panic. Right, on this screen. Oh. It's already hit the approach phase already? Okay. I was gonna just press the approach phase when I got to 9,500. But fair enough. So at any time, can I just say Airbus 2627, announce my altitude, then just say with information hotel, and it'll just tell me the information every time? I'm going to try it. Regional Airbus 2627, 11,000 with information hotel.
Airbus 2627 did not copy.
Okay, well, buy a Xerox.
Airbus 2627, leave Kaboom heading 115, expect radar vectors for visual approach runway tree 1 right.
Leave Kaboom heading 115, expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 31 right. Airbus 2627. I'm just going to do what it says. If it messes up, it messes up. So now it's chosen 700.
2627, turn left, heading 115, vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 115, vectors for the approach, Airbus 2627.
Airbus 2627, descend and maintain 7,000.
Descend and maintain 7,000, Airbus 2627. Oh, you freak of nature. We're well below the thing. Does it do this automatically? We're a little bit below the flight path. So there's the runway. Now, even though we've got this manual vectoring to Touloy, I've got a feeling that Beyond ATC is going to sort us out, right? I guess we'll see. You would tune ATIS that has a code like Alpha or Hotel, so ATC, now you have listened to the background. Okay. Good to know. Right, I don't even know where the green dot's gone now. Is it too far above us, too far below us? Well, I'm just doing what they're telling me. If it all goes wrong, I can blame it on Beyond ATC. It says descend and maintain. So when we maintain that 7,000, the flight path dot, as I call it, should come back to us. Now, there's a lot of other things that we should have done in the meantime. So, like, there's that. There's that. then I've got to figure out all the bleeding flap stuff. We're going pretty slow at the moment, but I haven't got any flaps out or anything. Got the glide slope coming in here as well, but we're not anywhere near the localizer. But, you know, we're here. We've got to do a whole turn. But I guess we've got to go up here, turn around for Touloy, and then we'll see it. We'll see what it does.
Airbus
Oh,
2627,
Jesus.
turn left, heading 080.
Already? Are you sure? We're not descended to the right altitude yet. Turn left, heading 080, Airbus 2627.
Airbus 2627, turn left, heading 045, intercept the tree 1 right localizer, descend and maintain 5,800.
You've got no idea how much this is pissing me off when it does this.
Turn left, heading 0 for 5, intercept the 3-1 right localizer, descend and maintain 5,800, Airbus 2627.
Because of that discontinuity, I can't even detect how far away from the 44. And my throat wanted to just completely stop speaking there. It's going to have another thing in right now, it has to. You have to turn me now. Oh my god. I'm waiting for you to turn me.
Airbus 2627, can you give me a heading to my next fix?
Airbus 2627, descend and maintain 5,800.
Maybe it's waiting for me to do that.
5,800, Airbus 2627.
2627. We should have turned by now, guys. Yep. I don't know what it thinks it's doing now, but it's not going to land me. We've missed the runway. I'm gonna have to take over. So Beyond ATC finishes at this point. Nah, it's not going to do anything. I mean, we're drifting into the next state. And I can't afford... I'd rather just not... I'd rather ignore it now than... You know... I'd just rather ignore it. I want to land. Turn, isn't it? some really low speed considering we haven't got any flaps out. Well, maybe I didn't turn quick enough, you know, because I don't know. You have to look at for me, I'm not a qualified pilot, so qualified pilots can listen and then respond. I have to look at the screen to see what they've said to respond, and while I'm looking at the screen, I'm not doing things on the plane that's being asked of me, like heading changes and altitude changes. Can't do it all at the same time. So yeah. I'm gonna have to take care of this myself. We can do it from here.
All aircraft be advised, information India now current. Altimeter 2979er.
The moment we line up with Tuloy, we'll hit the approach phase and or the approach hole, whatever it's called. It's not approach phase. Yes, it is. Approach mode. There you go. Approach mode. Approach phase is something completely different. Request direct to Tuloy, Airbus 2627.
Aircraft calling for direct to. Say call sign.
Airbus 2627.
Airbus 2627. Roger. Say fixed name.
Oh, it's got them listed. Tuloy's not even there. What's the next one on my list? That show.
Airbus 2627. Roger. Say fixed name.
Yeah, you can go now. I'm done with you. Little green circles coming back. I think I went to flaps 2 a little bit too early. Just that the distance looked really small and then I realized I was 80. Back to flaps 1 now just to get some speed up. We're still flying lower than we should be, but we're constrained to 5,000 through here. So by the time we get to Tuloy, we're at 5140 and this is 5,000. So that means that in my estimation, before we get to Tuloy, this green button should have come back to the middle again. So any time between now and Tuloi, it should come back. That's my guess. In fact, if it's going to hit 5,000 before Tuloi, then it should line. If we were at 5,000 right now, and by the time we hit Tuloi, which is 5,000 or above, we should be pretty much bang on with that dot, I would say. Is it 5,000 or above? Yeah, it is. It should come to us any time now. Yeah, I'm going to have a look through these liveries and see if there's any of these Delta ones that don't have this extra hardware on it, because I don't like these screens. They're not my thing. Come on, green dot. We've got 10 miles. Yeah, I don't know if it's a bug, that thing that happened, or if it's just I didn't turn in time and it got confused. Who knows? Our altitude is going to match this constraint, so I would definitely expect this green dot to come down. Or maybe it's going to wait for Gacho, who knows? I wouldn't have thought so though. That wouldn't make sense. Yeah, I think I'll have a bacon sandwich and a sausage roll, Bondoodle. Not sure why that's up there. Right, so we're on the localizer. It's right there. We're just waiting for the glide slope to come in, which I'm assuming is up here somewhere. Once we get to this I'm going to put flaps 2, and there's the glide slope coming in. Localizer we have captured. Glide slope, we need that to go green, and the moment it gets near that middle, and here comes the green dot. Yahoo! There goes the green dot. I think we don't need it anymore, right? Because we've captured the glide slope now. So flaps 2. And then somewhere around 7 to 10 we'll get the wheels down, and then we'll go flaps 3. We lined up here. I did see a runway over here. Oh, there it is. Couldn't see the frickin' thing. It's right there. Yeah. Localize the glide slope. All done. Yeah, so Beyond ATC, little bit trippy there, but doesn't matter. Okay, distance to the airport then is 11. That Dallas. Dun, 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 dun. Why, sure thing, Miss Ellie. Why wouldn't you put the APU on now instead of doing it on the runway? Yeah, we got the localizer. What were we at? About 4,000 or something? Maybe just a tad below. So we're still flaps 2. Distance 9 miles. Wheels are still in. I'm happy with that. Distance 8. Go on, read anywhere. I actually forget what I said before. Anything between 5 and 7, I think. So let's go now. And laps 3. Confirmed. Water brakes on low. Ground spoiler is armed. Let's bring her in. Wind. Pretty much a direct headwind, which is cool. That means we're coming in on the right runway then. We are now in full landing config. So if I don't do anything now, the plane will put itself down. Glide slope's taken over now because 2,400 here, but we're already going below. A little bit misty, a little bit foggy. Right, so the actual height from the ground, this is the altitude, this is the height from the ground. There's a 500 difference, because if you remember it was about 500 above sea level, wasn't it? The runway. So that's what that is. It'd be interesting to see if Beyond ATC would have signed off or anything, and welcome to Dallas, Fort Worth, and all that stuff. Right, let's screw this up. Right, as always. I always manage to, well, unless it's just not me doing it, but I always manage to allow the plane to drift. And then while I'm tackling that, I end up being too high, or getting too low. Trying to deal with 600 things at the same time. Too high.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 5.
was a flaky little bugger. Floating like a butterfly she was there. Yeah, we floated. I was trying to compensate for the drift. I wasn't focused 100% on the altitude. Do we have a taxi to the gates? Did it do it? Good night, Bondoodle. Thanks for stopping, man. Thanks for stopping and watching. Have a good night, man. Okay, well, unless an option in the game has been turned off. See any lights. So we're going to stay on the runway and nobody else can land. Ah, I missed a message. Oh God, what if it's all the way over there? Just utter confusion. Just have to wait. Yeah, it's a shame something happened at the end, isn't it? With Beyond ATC. Don't know what that something is, but it's a shame nonetheless. But during the landing, obviously, I didn't want Beyond ATC reading out stuff that was no longer relevant to the flight. So I had to turn it off. So it is all the way down in that other part of the airport. Probably like 5 miles away. Oh, okay. Well, go on, keep going. On the roof there, the lights normally tell you, like if it's going to turn. I think it would just, like there'd only be one light flashing and it would tell you which way it was going to go. Oh, you fucker. Oh, we are crossing a runway. Okay, so now what? Something wrong. Something's happened up here. Yeah, you want to try that again, Mr. Pickup? Because kind of emergency braked on me there, man. Whew. So yeah, what do you guys, all of you guys, think of Beyond ATC? It's not bad. I mean, for me, it's not bad. I would do another flight with it and see if we get any better success on the landing. The only problem is, it's weird that it loads in the sim brief flight that has the destination runway, and obviously it still chooses to use a different one. It would be nice to have an option where it changes the runway like it does now, which could be the default option. Like if the winds change during the flight, that it would choose a different destination runway and set you on that path. But also to have the option where you would call it maybe something like strict adherence to SimBrief flight plan, where it takes you to the runway from SimBrief no matter what. And that could be an option that you would enable, but it would not be the default. Not that I minded changing the runway. I mean, it's not a difficult thing to do. But yeah, took me a bit by surprise though. But I guess after you've done it a couple of times, and if you know to expect that, then it's probably not so bad. Where are you putting me? Right, so where's the dispatcher? Strange driver. Yes, get the folks off my plane. Now that should signal the jetway. Am I in far enough? Could have gone a little bit further, couldn't I? I'm a few feet too far back. Oh, look at all that down there. Welcome to Dallas, Fort Worth. Was it worth it? Oh, having to bring the plane around manually at the end. That was fun. Okay, so while we're waiting for this, it looks like we've got ground power attached as well. Is it available? Yeah, it is.
The boarding requested.
Oh, because I had the beacon light on. That's what it was waiting for. Gotcha. Yes, it all hinges on the beacon light. It activates pushback when you switch it on, and then it activates the deboarding when you turn it off, I think. I'm not going to open anything. I think it'll do it on its... Yeah, it's done it. Right, so we undo the baggage. And if we were going to do a return flight now, we'd obviously put some fuel in. Has this opened?
Passengers deboarding side.
Yeah, just hold on a second. Outer something valve, outflow valve. Oh, is this to cool off the APU or something? That must... Yeah, okay. I don't know whatever I've done or what makes that open. Oh, that's where they are. Right there. The last thing to get smashed up if you go into a mountain. Is that my APU finally coming off? Well, will this flap close then? I wonder what triggers that? Temperature perhaps? Outflow valve. I'll take a screenshot of that. I'm going to find out about it. I've just noticed it. Okay guys, well there you go. One flight. And it was interesting to try out Beyond ATC for the first time. It's getting updated all the time, right? So pretty much every day there's another update, or every other day. So it'll come along, and yeah, it's improving every day or so. But it was an interesting experience for sure, and I think it's going to end up being pretty freaking good. I like it. And it could be the stepping stone, right? If I start to learn how to talk back on this, that could be the stepping stone to get me into VATSIM. Oh man. See, VATSIM's a place I thought I'd never be able to go. But who knows? Maybe Beyond ATC will teach me enough in callback or readback that I can actually manage. But again, I think with VATSIM, kind of a similar thing. You know, if I sign, I don't know how much it is, but if I signed up for that, is it free or is it paid, or how does it work? But if like my first, they must have a mode, right, where you can just listen and not, so you just sit in your plane at an airport and just listen to people and stuff like that rather than participating, like a spectator mode or something. Yeah, man, Batsim would be, yeah, that would be quite the feat to do that. Alright guys, so yeah, thank you very much for your time and your company, of course, and I will see you. It's actually a pretty good view, we can't see anybody getting off the plane. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one, guys. So thank you for flying with me, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.